Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. And yes, a change of plans to what I was actually going to do tonight. It's supposed to be an FCM 36 Pack 40 review, but I've been farm sitting today. My mother owns a farm and she's been out for the day, so we had to go and look after that. So we got back a little bit later than we wanted to, so I've not been able to do the review, but I thought I'd just stick up a quick video with a couple of replays for you, and as a special treat, I don't normally do any videos on a Saturday, but hopefully I'll get the FCM 36 Pack 40 review done tomorrow for you. So here we are, we're on Steps Sandstorm, standard battle in the Chieftain, tier 10 battle of course. And quick rundown, very quick because this has been featured a lot recently. 120mm gun, 7.27 rounds a minute, that's before equipment and skills, 270 pen on your standard ammo, 400 damage, 310 on your premium. 1.5 second aiming time, 0.32 accuracy, quite a weak hull with quite a trolley upper plate, 85 on the front, 51 on the sides, and I think it's 25 on the rear if I'm right. And the hull, well sorry, the turret is quite good and quite bouncy, 250 on the front, 140 on the sides, and a paltry 30 on the rear. So yeah, here we are, we're on Steps Sandstorm, and this is one that I did a couple of days ago. Not much. Well, I say not much. I think I do about 3,500 damage myself, at the risk of being giving a spoiler away. But I do quite a lot of assistance damage, which is quite nice, and it really does boost my score up a little bit. And I sort of bumble about in the sandstorm quite a bit, to be honest, looking at stuff to shoot. It either disappears or it's dead before I get to, and then I get my arse in gear and actually get something done. But I do find that with the sandstorm and blizzard and the new typhoon map, that you do, I don't know, not, well, yeah, you do sort of bumble around a little bit. It's a bit more difficult to make a plan because everything gets spotted later, because you lose roughly about half your view distance, I think it is. And I can't remember if it affects radio range. I think somebody said that it did, but I don't remember reading anything about it, but I could be wrong. It may affect radio range as well. But I find that it's much more reactionary, because things get spotted later. So rather than it getting spotted at 350 metres, it might be 150 or 175 metres, and by that point they may have already come through a choke point, got a bit too close. And I feel that while I do like these maps, I must admit that I think they had a different dimension to the game. I think you do spend a lot more time reacting to things, and you're sort of zipping from one place on the map, you know, to another, as things start popping up. Whereas, like I say, when you see them at a larger view range, you can make more of a plan. So at the minute we seem to have won that sort of eastern side there, all the way up to the north. I know somebody was telling me to fall back, but I was just going up to see if I could spot. I've not got the best view range on this. I think it's 390 metres. The FV215B gets 410, so if I'd been in that I probably would have been able to spot just that bit further away, especially against Russian vehicles and such, which have a shorter view range. But I'm getting some nice shots in the side of that M103. Although you have to watch out for the rocks over there, and it is hard to see them in the sandstorm. No, I think that one went into the rock. And it looks like they're closing in on him. Yeah, he's done.
Ready to fire on target.
Jagdpanther 2 over there. No, he's done as well. And Art is dead. See what I mean? Either disappears or it dies. Oh, E75 popped up. Can I get a shot on him? No, he's behind rocks, it looks like. Now, oh, something else I meant to mention as well, while this is playing through. I did a review a while ago of Chinese Tier 8 Premium Heavy, the 112. Now in that I said it was an in-your-face brawling tank, and somebody's put in the comments that, you know, it's not really a brawler, it's more of a support. And to be honest, since doing the video I have changed my opinion on the 112, and it's something that I am going to actually remedy. I'm going to take that video down possibly sometime over the weekend and actually do a new one. But it's not your typical supporting heavy, because it's got a very inaccurate gun that can troll you quite a bit and just sometimes does not behave at all. Well, it doesn't for me anyway, at least. And it's a weird support tank. It's sort of an up-close support tank, but you want to try and have somebody else in front of you, you know, that can take the hits. But, well, an E75, for example, and you be sort of fairly close by where your accuracy isn't an issue, and support them that way. So I'll try and get that remedied. Now, I've had to come back, and obviously we'd seen on the map that they were coming into the base, and I came back down this way to try and reset it, and I'm managing to do that fairly well, thankfully. I'm putting a few good hits in here, but I'm also taking a couple of hits. Now, that was silly of me. I went too far up over that ridge, and I'm just starting to take hits now. And I can't, do you know, I did this a few days ago, and do you know, watching it, I'm just thinking to myself, why was I putting myself out there? Why didn't I just back up a little bit and go over the ridge? And I think it was a bit of, not so much, I don't know, not so much panic. I'm not quite sure why I did that, to be honest, but really I shouldn't have done. But looking back, it's quite useful doing these, because if I see myself making a mistake, then I can actually rectify it and start playing slightly differently. But let's see if we can kill that Death Star. I've been killed by so many of those recently. Oh, and something else I also wanted to ask you, while we're just chasing down that last Death Star. Right, I've got enough money, and I've got quite a bit of free XP saved up. Oh, I've got loads to convert. I've got a bit over 1.5 million to convert, but it's going to cost me a lot of money, so I'm not going to do that yet. But I've got enough free XP saved up. Now, I got to the Tiger not long after I first started playing the game, and was hit with that massive wall of disappointment, because the Tiger is not as good in the game as it was in real life, unless you just come up against Shermans and T-34s. And I got rid of it, and I got the KV-4, and I cocked up because I didn't unlock all the packages on the KV-3, so I was having to do the KV-4 with an awful stock gun, and I ended up getting rid of that as well. And I've also unlocked the T-32 and have enough free XP to put the first upgrade pack on it. So what I'm asking you guys, oh sorry, go over the results here. Yeah, there you go, 4,368 assisted damage, 3,878 myself, but I also ended up with a Confederate and a Defender medal, which is really nice, and I came top of the board, which is also a nice surprise, because I don't feel that I did particularly well in that game. But anyway, just before the next video starts, I'll get back to what I was saying. So, which one out of those should I get? Should I rebuy the KV-4, because I've now got some of the packages unlocked? Should I rebuy the Tiger and carry on down that? Or should I buy the T-32 for the first time and go down that line? And if you guys, well, if there's any one of those three that you'd like to see more of, let me know in the comments. Right, so we're on to the second replay of tonight, and it's in my Su-122. Now this is a tier 7 Russian tank destroyer, and it's in the tech tree, and I really like it. It's got standard 122mm Russian gun, 7.5 rounds a minute though, which is really quite good. 175mm pen, and 390 damage, 217 on the premium. 2.9 second aiming time, which is quite bad, but quite Russian. And a 0.41 accuracy, again, quite bad, quite Russian. Quite a trolly little tank destroyer, actually. It's based on the Russian T-44 medium tank, and it's got a traverse of 42 degrees a second, sorry, can't speak, which is really good for a tank destroyer. Does 48 kilometers an hour, and it's quite nippy. Blind as a bat though at 330 meters. I will do a full review of this, hopefully next week. But when you're top tier in this, yeah, that front armour can be quite trolly. It's very well angled, and it's 90mm, which doesn't sound particularly thick, but with the angling on it, you can bounce quite a few shots. 75 on the side, 45 on the rear. Now, I've put this one on because I make a mistake in it, a big mistake, and one of the main ways you'll improve at this game, and well, with a lot of things actually, is acknowledging when you cocked up, not your team. Sometimes the team cocks up, and yeah, if they did it, then that's fine, you can blame them. But I find that there's no point getting stressed with this game. There's going to be a lot of idiots in it. Douchebags and arseholes live in online gaming. They really do. They're everywhere. Especially those people who think they are absolutely fantastic at a game where in fact they are not. But they fail to realise it, and everything that happens bad for them in the game is somebody else's fault. But no, you need to acknowledge when it's your fault. And I cock up in this. Yep. And not only did it cost me my tank, it could have cost the game. I mean, the team, they do drop at one point, but yeah, you know, there is a chance I could have pulled it back. There is a chance I would have just died anyway, but you never know. But I made a big cock up, so never going to find out now. Now, that AMX-12T, the bane of my life, is the luckiest AMX-12T I have ever seen. And, well, his luck's just run out, but I just could not hit that guy for love nor money. And there's also an IS up there in the middle of the Abbey. But I get a little bit impatient, and I start moving in. Now, this tank destroyer is one of the first premiums I bought, I think. I bought an Excelsior. I've since sold it because I just really didn't get on with it. And that's not me. I'm not saying it's a bad tank. It really does have some good features, but it just didn't click for me. And I bought this one, and it's tier 7, and I think I'd gone up the Russian, American, British and German lines up to around tier 5, possibly a couple of tier 6s, and I bought this at tier 7, and my stats are still recovering on it now. I did awful in it, absolutely awful, but getting there, I'm close to getting my first mark of excellence on it, which has taken some effort to get that back up. But it's getting there. But you'll see I was bouncing quite a few shots then, but then a few started penetrating, which is why I backed off. I started getting a bit too aggressive. But it is, like I say, when you're top tier with this quite trolley armour, especially when you're up against tier 5s and 6s like I am here, you can bounce a lot of shots, and I'll tell you that there's not much that can outmaneuver this. People do still underestimate the manoeuvrability of this. I mean, with a 44-degree traverse, there's not many tanks that can actually circle you and stay out of your gun sight, and that's why I like this. And that was an extremely lucky shot. That was the hand of Stalin reaching up from hell and guiding that shell to the target, because I wasn't even aiming at it. It was only just in the dispersion circle, but it still whacked him one. But as you can see, in a top tier game, when you're not coming up against the tier 7s but the lower tiers, I almost feel sorry for them, because this gun is absolutely devastating. Oh, he managed to get one into my side and kill my loader. Now I need to heal him because it has got a good rate of fire, but that would not help. And this is where I make my mistake. I get very overconfident and I chase down, well, I try and chase down that T-29, but I do it in the stupidest way possible. And it was, the only thing I can explain it is a sudden rush of shit to the brain. And I realised my mistake as soon as I'd done it, and I got over here and shot at him for the first time. I realised I had made a massive mistake, and then the Tiger finishes me off from behind. So that's me done. We'll skip to the end. There was a T25/2 left on about a third health, and he made a valiant effort, but unfortunately, as you can see, we were defeated. But at 3,242 damage done, 1,400 blocked, a high caliber and a second class mastery, and 93,000 profit, I'm not too sad about the defeat, I'm afraid to say. It was still quite profitable for me, and I know that sounds selfish. I would have much preferred a win, and who knows, maybe if I hadn't made such a massive mistake, that could have happened. But there you go. These things happen, I'm afraid. We all make mistakes, we're only human after all. Anyway, like I say, a bit of a change to the plans tonight, but I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, and like I say, hopefully we're back tomorrow, so you'll get a video tomorrow, which I don't normally do, and then I'll do another one Sunday as well. So, as always, yeah, take care out there. I'll catch you next time. See you later.